Hello, everybody. We are live. Welcome to our regularly scheduled Tuesday evening. We are sorry to have missed you the last couple weeks, but we appreciate it because everybody needed, rest and to be healthy.
It's that time of year, man. People ain't feeling good.
For real. Ugh.
That's just how it goes sometimes.
But we're here.
Oof. If you are joining us, we are in the middle of our epic road trip to try to get someplace unpredictable so that we can have some time to regroup, figure out how to beat Jason.
Recuperate, one might say.
We're trying to figure out how to put regular Tom back together.
Mm-hmm.
He's not feeling so good.
He has not been at his optimal self.
No.
Shall I give a recap?
Brief little last week on.
This is an auspicious beginning.
Hello, internet. Hi, I'm getting
Go
hyped.
team.
This is me with energy. So, last adventure 3 weeks ago, if you'll recall, the team set out from their home base, which had taken a bit of a beating, and hopped on the road. Rory, through some application of augury, was able to determine a general location of the nearest shard that had been left over of Tom. Tom himself being a shard, and we were attempting to collect that energy and power under him, and not something potentially more nefarious. This was also due to some key help from Rose, who was able to utilize her connection with Tom in his addled and sickened state to help pinpoint a spot wherein, upon seeing through those eyes, she looked at a man, an upset, horrified man, who was frightened by something. And they determined that was down in NorCal, I believe.
Mhm.
I have notes. I wrote this adventure.
Notes are good.
NorCal, and we drove ourselves right there.
Yes, indeed. And it was like a day and a half's journey. But first they did make a stop in Milton Falls, where they did have a bit of an encounter with Callum Jones, the previously deposed tycoon of the logging industry in that area, who was obviously struggling with the holes that were left in him after the creature that had been cohabiting his body was gone and home. There was some other talk with Patty, the owner of the diner. They caught up on a few things, had a nice burger, and hopped on the road. A lot of the night was personal business, catching up with each other and talking about the potential way things might go down. Rory stopped by to see Nat before they headed out, to let her know that he was, interested in seeing her when he got back, and to look out for herself and stay safe. And upon actually reaching the specified town that they had gotten to, a town called Carlisle, they went off the road to a tiny farmhouse where they tracked down the focus of all of the intense and focused power that had been building up, and they jammed out to some music. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
sorry, Papa.
It's all good. However, upon arriving and talking to the man, Brad, who they had seen from the vision, after back and forth and a tense moment or two where he rejected knowing who they were and seemed very confused with some mention that he wasn't who he said he was, Rory made an observation that this was the focus of the energy. It was where the energy was focused. It was not necessarily where it was coming from. And in the last few moments of the episode, a wave and a rumble of the earth came up behind them as a woman walked in from the trees, and the earth erupted around her and formed into shards similar to the black glassy structure of Thomas's arm, and formed into a pair of broken wings behind her, as well as what seemed to be a sort of long sword that she grasped in her hands. There are cracks across her skin as she pointed it in the direction of Brad and said, "Soon my wrath will be sated." And
Well, damn,
that,
Mel.
and that is
And all of us were like, okay.
You've been going through it.
How far away is she right now?
you know, it was a pretty booming voice that you were able to hear. I'm going to say that she's probably a couple of football fields away.
A couple of football fields away?
Yeah, like 200 yards. But you could pretty easily witness what the hell just happened. It
Okay.
was not disguised.
Okay, fair.
Michael says, "Get in the truck," and he takes a shot at her, trying to slow her down a little bit while everyone else is, I'm hoping, getting in the van, including.
What kind of gun you got?
M4.
M4? Okay, that's a semi-auto rifle, right?
It says
Okay.
probably select fire.
Okay, gotcha.
But 200 meters is pretty easy. He's got an L-can on it. He has time to switch it to 4 power.
Give me that roll.
6, so that's 9.
9. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you are able to. You said you want to switch to full auto.
No, I'd probably keep it on semi. At 200 meters, he's not going to hit much if he goes full auto. So.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you pop off a couple of shots, and they zoom around her. It's a difficult shot, especially with the ground shaking. You see one of the little shards behind her seem to crack and crumble off of those makeshift wings as Rory quickly grabs Brad's arm and is like, "Come on, Roy, let's go in the car now."
You know, go grab the other arm
Okay.
and like kick him in the knees so that we can just drag him forward.
Jesus, what the hell is going on?
Well, you made somebody very mad, and it looks like you might be about to die. So come with us if you want to live.
Yeah, totally our bed. Let's go.
He hops in, kind of scrambling, and just like sitting on Thomas for a second by accident.
Oh,
Ah, shit, I'm sorry, man. God.
what's going on?
Oh, let's talk more moving, please.
Rory,
Come on, Michael.
Edith Drive.
Okay.
Last words.
And so I do. And I yell back, and I'm like, we found Avenging Angel Thomas.
What?
We found Avenging Angel Thomas. She's mad.
That's not good.
I'm focusing on trying where she is as I'm talking to Brad. See if she's getting closer.
She's walking towards you. She has not yet picked up speed.
Well, I am driving in the opposite direction.
She give me a sharp though, real quick, would you, Michael? I think you're the one focusing on her.
So
Rose,
that's
maybe too, if you're taking a good look.
that's a 12.
12. Okay, beautiful.
It's a lot.
I got a 7.
7. Okay, cool. Yeah, you are able to tell Rose, even from here as she's walking towards you and before you begin speeding away, that she seems to be not much concerned with the fact that you are moving out or the fact that part of her wing structure has been compromised. Michael, you witnessed that, and also more Earth continues to gravitate towards her. She seems to be piecing herself together a little bit.
So, Brad, what might you have done to tick off some sort of Earth Angel?
That
We don't have much time, so spit it out.
That was my wife. That was Sophia.
What?
Did you murder her?
No,
Kill her accidentally?
no, I didn't.
Cheat on her?
No.
Oh
no.
God,
Okay, hey,
Give me one.
you didn't murder her. What
no,
did you do?
Hurry up!
Oh God! All right. Jesus Christ! Me and some of the guys. All right, we had a business. Okay.
Selling drugs?
Yeah, we were selling drugs.
Okay. What happened?
Okay. And I knew that the cops were coming in. I wasn't always great to her. I wasn't planning on sticking her with this. But
So you let her take the fall.
I wasn't trying to. She was just there.
You let her take the fall?
Yes.
Okay. Where was she? Was she in prison just now? Or how is she here?
No, she wasn't here. She was. You are speeding. Go ahead and Edith. Also give me cool, will you?
Cool. So that is a perfect 12. So 13.
Awesome. Yeah. Despite the earthquake, you are maintaining some control of the vehicle as it starts to wobble, and keeping it relatively straight on this dirt road.
Mhm.
Brad continues to speak. I don't know what happened. I just needed to get out of there. I couldn't risk calling on my phone, but the drugs were there, and I didn't get a hold of her. I don't know what happened. She'd been acting weird for a week.
When was this?
3 days ago.
Did your wife have any new friends? Any new contacts? Anybody strange?
I don't know, man. She was working on she was working at the school. Okay.
What school?
The local high school.
As what? What did she do there?
TA work.
Okay.
They went on a field trip recently with a new history teacher. I don't know what was going on.
So
Where'd they go?
I don't know. I did.
Rose, Rory,
Yeah.
Why?
if someone put that thing in her, that's bad. But if it just found her, if she's just sharing space, we might be able to get her back yet.
Rose,
Yeah.
see if you can do an internet search, figure out where the school might have gone last week, 3 days ago. Some, I don't know, Indian burial ground, whatever. See,
Okay.
it's a long shot, but maybe we can find something.
We're just doing our best to phone Google shakily Carlisle High School field trip.
Google
There's
food,
been
baby.
worse searches.
There should be a laptop in there.
Pull out my phone while I'm driving and
Edith, no.
Give me another cool.
It's
I
like,
would say I grabbed the wheel, but I'm looking out the back window.
11. Boom. I type in high school. Search near me. Boom. I know where we're going. We're going to the high school, guys.
You know where it is. Great.
Not a bad plan.
Okay, sounds good.
And Rose will start trying to find the field trip.
Okay, sounds good. You roll me brain. It's been a few weeks. Sorry. What is the other one?
Sharp?
Sharp. That's what I was thinking.
see.
Also, quick question while Rose rolls.
Rose rolls.
What day of the week is it?
I will say, let's see. You didn't have a school schedule, so it didn't need to be a specific day of the week anymore for you to have departed.
No, but what I'm wanting to know is, are we taking Evil Death Angel Thomas to a high school full of children, or are we taking it to a Saturday high school where there is just a janitor?
Let's see. I think that you...
And the delinquents, too.
I think that we
Also,
said
don't
you...
matter.
Sincerely, the breakfast. Oh my God.
Let's be real. Those kids know how to get out of Dodge when shit's hitting the fan. They'll be fine.
It was during the day that you were going, because I believe you set off fairly early in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make a narrative choice that it's a Sunday.
Okay, cool. So there's not even a custodian there. No one's in. No. Okay, cool.
Perfect.
I got a 12.
You got a 12. Okay, so there's not anything posted on this on the high school website or anything like that, but you are continuing to type away. The tremors are getting lesser as the speeding continues. You do hop over one little bump that seems to have been created as she shifted Earth together behind you. But you all keep your composure as y'all drive. Brad and Thomas, I'm guessing, probably lying down, not being in a seatbelt, do like hop out of it at one point. Rose, you are able to determine from several student social media posts that there was a field trip outside of the school towards a local lake where there are often different like fossils and things like that to be found. Several important discoveries have been made previously. It is one of the more notable things about the town if you were to wiki search it.
Cool. They went to the lake, and she'll pull up directions to the lake.
Okay, perfect. Rerouting.
You would prefer to go to the lake instead of the high school?
Well, I feel like probably, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's just less damage in general.
Probably more people to lake on a Sunday than to school, but there might be something we can. As long as we're driving, she's walking, we get there in time to do a little research and leave again if we have to.
Brad,
go ahead. Mike, would you be able to like call the local police department and see if you can get any information about the recent drug bust? While I'm driving to the lake.
Not really directly, but I can call one of my contacts in Montana, and he might be able to pull up something.
Because it's less weird to get a call from Montana than to get a call from a PI who's driving through town.
He could probably pull up the actual police report.
Oh, brilliant! Do that.
Okay. Well, I'm looking out the back window. I'm going to call up and see if I can talk to my old contacts, and he can give us something about what happened recently, the drug bust 3 days ago.
Okay. You go ahead and pull up that call. You said you've got a local contact from around here?
No, from Montana.
From
if
Montana.
He can pull up, if he can either
police database.
Yeah.
Okay.
See what kind of arrests were made 3 days ago and what the status was, charges, that sort of thing.
Okay, sounds good. Picks up on the other end. Mike?
Hey, Frank, how you doing?
Living life, man. Living life. What's up?
Got a kind of strange request. I'm in a little town in North California, and I need some information about a drug bust 3 days ago.
Sounds like a hell of a thunderstorm for California.
Yeah, it's a long story.
Okay, yeah, sure. What kind of drug bust?
I don't know much about it. I've got one of the guys who should have been arrested here with me. I'm trying to find out more.
What kind of drugs did he have?
Hey, was it meth?
Yeah.
Yeah, meth.
Okay. All right. Shoot. Meth. NorCal. You got the what was the town name?
What's your town's name?
Carlisle.
Carlisle, that's right.
Okay.
Michael would remember.
He types it in. Okay. Yeah. Sounds like a little housewife running a little side business there. Sounds like when they busted in, she freaked and oh shoot, she didn't make it out of there.
That's what I thought. All right. Did they have any other persons of interest?
I don't know. From what I can tell, it's an active investigation, man.
Okay. Thank you. I owe you one.
Yeah, you got it, man. Hey, but are you gonna be our? And as that happens, suddenly, you all feel a sudden as the air around you gets prickly, almost a little bit sparky feeling,
Rory,
and
what is
you
this?
lurch. The phone seems to be dead in your hand, and the car battery sputters out.
Oh, this isn't good.
Oh god.
That also goes for the laptop.
She's so strong.
Brad, you're coming with me outside the van.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. Am I gonna die?
Probably.
Eventually, everybody does.
Jesus
Let's
Christ.
just stay in the van. No.
Are you sure you don't want me for this one, Mike?
What? Just stay close. I'm not going very far, but there's no reason for. This seems to be the focus of our anger. Let's see if we can talk things out a little bit.
You want to talk to that, Mike?
Find out what she wants.
Mike, or hold a gun to his head and tell her you're going to kill him by yourself and not let her do it if she doesn't talk to us.
Fair.
Can I come with you? Can I
Yeah, it's probably a good
talk
idea.
to her?
If I'm going out there, we're all going out there.
Yeah,
All right,
Rose,
we'll all
you're
go out
staying in here with me.
You don't have to shoot
And I like
me.
literally sit on Rose.
That is real rude.
Just need to. I just need to talk to her for a second.
So, what's your wife's name?
Sophia.
Sophia.
She is a ways off now. You did drive for a few minutes away, but you do feel that rolling thunder getting closer. And go ahead.
Do we happen to have a blowhorn in this thing? Like one of those like talky things?
No,
No, not one of those. Not one of those. One of
Like
the
an
things
air
we use
horn?
for, like crowd control.
A bullhorn?
Yes.
Bullhorn, yeah.
I don't think I had one in there.
Okay, fine.
Let's start walking toward her. Thomas, you set the pace. Everyone else stay pretty far behind.
I'm gonna give Tom a hand.
a little bit of help would be nice.
Okay. Rosie, you can just stay further behind so nothing happens to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? So we are in town.
No.
You are outside of town by several minutes drive.
Okay.
This would definitely be a sizable earthquake to the people of Carlisle, and the EMP would be unusual, but no one would probably be directly looking at this.
Okay.
I
So
don't know how I feel about this. I'm concerned we don't have much of a plan.
yeah, we got some time.
I've got one.
All right, Tom. You go right ahead and you can tell me about it then.
I'm going to tell her she doesn't have to do this, and she can just act like a normal person. That the feelings inside are not compulsions, they're just instincts. And she'll either listen to me or she won't. And if she doesn't, I'll go from there.
Problem is, unlike you or others we've met, she was dead when this shard got her.
What? She was.
Yeah, did I mention that?
That's a problem.
Apparently, Brad's wife died when the
My
police-
wife is dead?
But yeah, if you'd stuck around, you might
not
not
in the
have.
way that counts. Not in the way that counts.
Jesus Christ.
I'm afraid.
Stop taking the Lord's name in vain.
I'm
I'm
afraid.
going to roll for harm on that one.
I'm afraid.
9, 11. So, yes, that's 2 harm.
Okay.
Ouch.
That's a pretty big hit.
He does +1 damage.
Okay, great. That's like a clock with a gun thing, probably. I'm
If I'd
guessing,
done one more, I'd have done 4 damage.
Mike, we do kind of need him alive, I think.
There's just like a little bit of blood running down the side of his head.
He's
I
still
mean, I
alive.
get it. Meth dealer who got his wife killed, but also,
I wasn't trying to.
yeah, well, you're dealing meth.
You need to understand something, sir. If she died, she's not the one driving that car. You might want to keep that in mind.
But it might contain all your wife's memories and the resentment she had for dying because of
Yeah.
your actions or inaction.
Would help to know just which part of the whole is in there. I'm guessing not a very friendly part. It's just a guess.
Brad just looks like absolutely drained of blood.
How aware was your wife of your activities?
She knew something was up. She thought it was weird. The way I'd stay out, but she didn't. She didn't really know. I don't think.
Okay.
So you were selling meth without your wife's knowledge, and she didn't get killed because of that.
She died confused, angry, probably scared.
This might not end well for you.
It already hasn't.
Well, also, if things go really badly here, the whole world might end. So keep in mind, even if you die, you might be able to help save everybody else and do something good with your life.
How do I stop that?
TBD.
Try not to do all the stuff you've done up to this point.
Okay. Okay.
Try and put your wife's needs first.
All right. Do you guys just kind of wait for her to arrive at that point?
We're meandering towards her just to save
All
her
right.
time.
Oh,
Okay.
When you're halfway, or however far we get.
Okay. Sounds good. The
Did you have something to say, Edith?
go ahead.
I'm just like back here, like holding Rose's hand. Like, this is Rory's right. We don't have a plan, and we are in the open. Mike, are
I
we
feel really bad about
have
this.
anything to hide behind? Chances are your gun isn't going to do anything because if you shot Thomas, he would just sort of like oomph.
It would slow him down after a while. And
Man, that's
Okay,
fair.
let's not play this hypothetical game.
It does suck. It really hurts a lot.
I'm saying if
You
something
sound
happens,
like you're doing better than you have been the last few days, at least.
I think
Sure.
I think I'm close to her. I think that's giving me some zest.
Okay, well, as like a last resort, what happens if Rory like eats her?
I could eat her. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, best case scenario, that'd take care of it. Worst case scenario, it would drive Rory.
If I shite her out
Or-
again, could you like consume that?
burst out from inside of him.
Yeah,
That
some,
might
Rory
kill
can
him.
just give her to you.
Well, question. I mean, if she was trying to, oh god, I hate this. But if she was trying to drive Rory, couldn't Edith stop her?
I have no
I don't know. I
idea.
think that the thing is bound to my soul or something, not my
Yeah.
body.
Also, I don't know that I would trust that the type of being that makes those rules is going to be bound by them all that hard.
The focus of her wrath right now is Brad. So just everybody else keep your distance from him.
I would expect her to chuck a fireball or something before long.
Okay.
Which, by the way, if any of you can figure out how she's doing the whole earthquake thing and let me know, I feel like that would be useful in our continuing endeavors.
Boy, it's a neat trick.
Where was your drug lab set up, Brad?
About 30 minutes outside of town. My friend Billy's place.
Did it blow up by any chance? Did you hear anything about that? Brad, I'm getting impatient.
Yeah, there was an accident. It caught fire. That's why I went on the run.
Was she in the lab?
No, she wasn't anywhere nearby. I tried to keep it
Are you
separate from her.
sure?
Yeah,
Did she have followed you?
maybe.
How did she get arrested for your drug bust?
I don't know. I had shit at the house.
The house we were at?
No. That's my old uncle's place.
So at the house you and she lived in?
Yeah.
You had drugs there, and
Yeah.
that's where the police raided, do you think?
Yeah.
What kind of stuff did you have? There's stuff that might blow up if it was handled poorly?
Tried to be nothing dangerous like that.
Just meth.
Just yeah.
Any of these stuff to cook it with?
No, that was at Billy's. As you continue to talk, his eyes just grow wider and wider as the tremors get closer again. And you can make out quite clearly now that those pieces of earth which have been forming that kind of black cracked glass have now surrounded her as a sort of armor, and also her eyes have taken on a similar hue.
Oh god, guys, she's getting literally stronger as we do. Why are we walking?
How come I got experimented on and all kinds of stuff on an island supposed to make me stronger, and I can't do any of this?
Well, because they took you apart.
Yeah.
Also,
That
Tom,
sucks.
you like absorbing her. She's not gonna take over you, right?
I'm hoping so. The earthquakes, and it's a concerning sign. I want to talk
We'll
to
be
her.
all right. We'll be all right.
I want to talk to her.
She enters verbal range, seemingly just walking forward.
Sophia.
She slows for a half second before continuing.
Shattered one.
She continues to walk, but her eyes like kind of twitch a little bit.
I focus, try to gather as much of my strength as I can, feeling as much like absolute ass as I do, to try to take on the aspect of the Shattered King, the broken glass on the skin of my hands and the dark eyes and the pale skin.
Okay, why don't you roll me a weird?
It's an 11 total.
11 total. Okay, great. Yeah, that absolutely happens. That forms, and also right here, right now, it almost feels like there's a little bit of a feedback loop. And suddenly, you not only feel stronger than you have for the past several days, you feel better than you normally do. Rory, let's go.
I'm all right.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sophia, are you in there? Is any of you in there?
She gets within about 30 feet of you and stops, and so does the rumbling. There's something else here.
Yeah, no kidding. Who am I speaking to?
She looks down at her hands. And then a pleasant voice comes out. My name is Sophia. It's good to meet you. Or it was. I'm not entirely sure anymore. Mostly because my dirtbag husband did this to me. I think. There's something else going on, but I'm not completely sure. It hasn't been quite as clear since a 12-gauge round ripped my neck in half.
I'm so sorry that happened.
That's okay. I guess it wasn't entirely his fault. That cop was very overzealous. I was holding a kitchen knife at the time. He mistook it for an assault.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I got kidnapped off the street, taken to an island, and tortured for months.
But that's not entirely true, is it? Not for either one of us. That's not really us.
It
Not
is
all
if
the
we
way.
It is if we choose it to be, Sophia.
Why would we choose that? Why would I want to choose someone whose neck got blown apart?
Because that's who we are. Your
And
neck
who are
looks
you?
back to me.
And who are you?
My name is Thomas.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
You're sure?
I'm 100% sure. I'm in control here.
Do you want to be? Is this better for you?
I don't know, but it's better for them.
Why is that important? What have they done that's better? I recognize this. I'm not me, not all the way, but I recognize that this place is hellish, and it is not because of you or me, it's because of them. It's because of people like him. She points her blade at Brad, and he just kind of like
Wait,
falls onto the ground a little bit, like
I
hands up.
pick him back up.
wait. No one is saying he's a prize. No one is saying he's made good choices. No one's saying he's a good man. But he is not the best of them. He is not the best of this place. He's not you. And yeah, you might be something new, but you're still you. You're still in control. You can do what you choose to do. These things you're feeling, they're pieces of a power that you don't understand, but you're still in control.
And what if I chose to put Sophia to sleep? What if I chose to let her rest after she gets the last thing that was on her mind? What if I let her wrath
You
go to sleep
You don't
after
own
she
her.
gets what it wants?
That's her body, not yours.
It's ours.
There is no ours. There's you and me. That's it.
Ours. He points to you and her. We're not different. Not really. Not in the movie type way either. Not in the silly, I'm like you, you're like me. No. Ours.
Yeah, ours. So what's your choice? You're going to do this? You're going to rampage across the land? You're going to kill people?
Why not? Some people have it coming. You would
Then you
agree,
gotta-
don't you? I saw the way you took that shot quick. She turns her face to Mike. I saw the way you've got that gun trained on him. You get it. He's dirt. He can suffer.
What do you think happens here? You think you just make noise and nobody notices? You think it's
Oh,
safe?
I think they'll notice. I just don't think it matters.
It's not safe to be us right now.
Why not? Who could stop us?
We're being hunted.
Who?
We're being hunted by ourselves.
Who would dare? I will destroy them. I will take my
Not-
vengeance.
Not by yourself. You can't.
Listen to me.
Then why don't I take you?
He's talking to me or talking to Thomas?
So that one is Thomas.
You're welcome to try. I wouldn't recommend it. We don't have to go down this road. We can work together. We can stand against what's coming together. We are our own people.
Do you think you deserve to drive?
Who's driving? This is me. This is me. This is Thomas. And this is not the Thomas that got picked off of that street corner. This is something new, but this is who I am.
Okay.
And what's coming is going to either eat you or take you. You're going to have two options depending on who finds you, and it's not going to be pretty. And they're going to use that power to do God knows what.
I just don't see a scenario here where I'm incapable of doing what I was made for. But we can discuss that. That's what you wanted, right? That's what I felt from you. You want to talk.
Yes, badly.
Okay.
I want to know you.
We need to go to a place where we can measure worth then. We need to go to a place where people decide what something is worth, maybe what they're worth, maybe what they deserve. Why don't we do that? Huh?
Before you go off, understand that we want the same thing. We want to defeat the person who's trying to kill you. If you join with Thomas and work with us, you have a better chance if you try to do it by yourself or you try to defeat Thomas.
There's something wrong with him. He's
Doesn't
already
feel
fracturing.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Maybe if the rest of that Thomas in you was gone, you'd be as strong as I was.
He's dead too.
There's something around there, though. Maybe even the soul is gone, but you're thinking like a Thomas.
Because I choose to.
Is that really what's going to save you?
No, what's going to save me is them. And I'm going to save them right back. And we're going to save each other. And we're going to save everything that you can see here because that's what we do. I didn't believe in it at first, but I've watched them do it. But if you need me to prove it, if you need me to prove my strength to you, just to talk to me, just to talk to one of you. Well, I don't feel sick anymore, so tell me where to meet you.
Let's meet on my terms. And she will open her palms, the blade going off to float to her side, and you see the cracks in her hands in the armor widen into beams of light. And you all take a quick moment of blindness. And as you open them again, you are standing in a dark room. The floor seems to be made out of obsidian, cracked and shattered like she is. And while there is no obvious source of light, all of you seem to be completely illuminated somehow.
Is Brad with us still?
Yeah, Brad is there. And so is someone else. Looking up, you are able to see a judge's box, essentially. Very tall and very imposing, as there is a piece of shattered black glass that seems to make out like 1/3 of a face, just jagged and broken, as well as little bits of a body, moving as if it were an entire body, but just like a finger here, a bit of bone there, and something sitting within it, looking down at all of you with those same broken, fractured wings across the back. And in the witness box, there is a young, frightened-looking woman who you would recognize as Sophia.
Oh, no. Okay.
Where are we, Thomas?
Fine. If you want to do it this way, fine. Rose,
Yeah?
Can I talk to you privately real quick?
Of course, always.
And I just motion her to come close.
Yeah, she can just.
I'm not going to be able to hold anything back here, Rose. But if this starts going south on me, you know that valve you've got into my strength, into my power?
Yeah.
If I lose, you turn it all the way on, and you take as much of this as you can before she does. Okay?
Okay, I can do that. You've
You
got
guys-
this.
You guys are going to need it.
You're the strongest. Okay?
Huh?
You can do this. You're the strongest one of all of them. You prove that every time.
I'm not sure I am. But she's new. She's young. I'll be all
I got
right.
your back.
Remember,
Or
don't
like
hesitate.
kiss her cheek.
Thank you. Thank you for
You
everything.
got this. Go on.
Don't hesitate, Rose. Don't hesitate.
Okay.
When the moment comes. All right. Okay. You in there, buddy?
Who was that to?
Batman.
Okay. Yeah, Batman's in your head.
Batman Thomas.
Yeah,
The
Batman
Justice
Thomas.
Guy.
For copyright reasons. Batman Thomas.
Batman
You in there,
Thomas.
buddy?
I wasn't actually here to hear how he talks, but does he just sound like?
He
Like
talks
I do.
like Batman.
No.
Yeah.
They
no.
called him Batman Thomas. That and everything had to be
He
justice.
talks normally. He's just the shard aspect of justice.
I understand, and I feel like he would be very well suited to this situation. Would you like a little bit more of him to come to the surface?
Yes, I would.
All right, sounds good. Feel free to inhabit exactly what percentage of Batman Thomas that you would like to hold.
So his eyes flicker like just the whites, and he just draws himself up, cracks his neck, and just looks at her. Okay, what's your game?
No game. We're here to talk. We need to adjudicate certain things. You made certain assertions, both about their worth, pointing down to everybody here assembled, as well as what you are capable of doing.
Fair
I would
enough.
like to hear your case.
My case.
Your case. Feel free to call whatever witnesses you want.
Oh, Lord. It's always these games with us, isn't it? These theatrics. Fine. Fine. I agreed. We'll play it your way. The worth of people? The worth of people.
The worth of people and the worth of whatever you are now.
Okay. But I got one counter offer. I've got one counter condition. I agreed to fight a duel this way, but I want to impose a stricture on it.
By all means.
There are no rules to the kind of evidence I can present.
No. As long as it's true.
Agreed. You have a deal.
Wonderful.
For my first witness, I call Edith.
Okay. Sophia fades away from the box to sit up on where someone might traditionally rest their gavel. And Edith is allowed to go up to the box.
Okay, Edith. Two things. One, this is going to suck. Two, just be you, okay?
Fine.
I'm sorry in advance.
Okay.
I wouldn't do this if I didn't feel like I had to.
Okay.
When you were a kid, Edith, tell the court what happened to your sister.
She disappeared one night when she was 6 and was replaced with something that, I don't know, I don't know if you're Fae or if you're something else, but a Fae creature left a copy in her place, and nobody knew that she was gone. So we didn't even miss her. She was gone for 10 years.
But you
without
knew.
being missed.
You knew somewhere deep down, didn't you?
I knew the thing that was there was different and cold and perfect. Just absolutely perfect. Which is weird. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's everything that you want.
So you grew up, 10 years passed, correct?
Yes.
Would you say you lived a fairly ordinary life?
It was a good life.
Was
Everything
it
my parents.
remarkable?
It was fine.
What did you do for fun?
Talked to my. Well, I didn't have a ton of friends. I read, and I played with her and played chess and thought about how I could be better.
How many people did you kill in those days?
None.
Would you have ever even thought of doing it?
No.
And what happened when you learned that your life was a lie?
I wanted to kill the thing that had been copying my sister for the last 10 years and had taken her childhood away.
What happened when that thing came to understand that the wool was no longer pulled over your eyes?
It tried to kill me and Tess, who had actually come back. And
Did you quit? Did you lay down?
no,
What did you do?
we killed it.
Be more specific. What did you do?
We burned it alive.
You burned it alive. Had you ever burned anything alive before?
No.
Did you ever defended yourself against a monstrous creature you didn't understand before?
No.
Never fought for your life?
No.
Never fought for your sister's life?
No.
So why'd you do it then? Why didn't you just quit?
Because she needed help. She was broken from what she had been through, and nobody believed her.
Was her needing help reason enough to fight?
Yes.
Did you ever even think about quitting?
No.
And moving forward, what's happened to you since? Have you been able to resume a normal life?
No.
What have you been doing instead?
6 months in a mental institution, trying to pick up the pieces of my college life.
How'd that go?
Well, now I'm here.
Yeah, you are. Could you have made different choices? Could you be somewhere else?
No,
Why not?
because this was the right thing to do.
So you put your life on the line again and again and again because it's the right thing to do.
Also, I can't say no. It just keeps coming.
But you can say no, can't you? You just don't.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
And you
Annoying.
find yourself
but fair.
here.
What?
You find yourself here, away from home, with me. Why?
Because Rose loves you.
And you love her.
I don't want to watch another little sister get broken.
And you'd put your life on the line for that, for her.
Yes.
It's your witness.
She reforms into the combination being that you had witnessed previously and stands at the size of a normal person once again in front of Edith. This time that like shattered armor forming more of a suit. Thank you very much. Edith, right? Edith?
Yes.
Wonderful. You went into this a little bit, but when you did find out that you had been lied to, that you had been wronged, that there had been someone who had been taking from you for so long, abusing your trust, that had to be the worst thing a person could possibly experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, except it wasn't a person. It was something like you.
Oh, we're not people.
I don't know what you are.
Is Thomas people?
Truthfully, I don't know.
How much anger do you have in you for things like us?
Just enough.
Does that bleed over to your friend?
Thomas?
Mm-hmm.
I've said plenty of mean things to Thomas, but Rose loves Thomas, and he has not done anything to us.
How much would he have to do before you hated him? Less than what one of your other friends could do?
I don't know.
What if he talked bad to her one night? Would you burn him?
Alive?
Burn him alive? Watch his flesh roast?
That seems a little bit excessive.
Okay, what if he went around and cheated? Would that be enough?
I mean, it still seems a little bit excessive. I feel like I could do some more. Also, he's not going to. Have you seen him? He has zero game.
What if he killed her?
I'm not on trial here.
Okay.
I know. I reserve my right to answer this. I reserve my right to ask questions.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her.
Sorry,
Zero
Thomas.
game.
You said be myself.
Ouch, baby. Very ouch.
If he killed her, then yes, I would. Yes,
So that would be enough.
because that would be wrong.
And you've established he's not quite a person. Do you think it's not unlikely that these sorts of things would happen? You've noticed how fragile we are here, you and I, Sophia and Edith at least. How vulnerable we are to things happening. Why would it be wrong? Why would it be wrong to take that out on someone? It's not, right? You were justified. What happened to your sister was nightmarish. You did the right thing. At what point would it have been the wrong thing? If she only took a year of your sister's life?
She was actively trying to kill all of us. We couldn't just let her go. Also, yes, I don't know, a year? I don't know if. I'm pretty sure her reaction would have been the same. When she found out that she was noticed, she basically went nuclear. The problem with your case, sir, is sir,
Irrelevant.
Thomas, you're dealing in hypotheticals. And hypotheticals don't show what people are. What
I'm
people
not
do
trying.
shows what people are
I am trying to build the case.
of
That-
hypotheticals, which is silly. But it makes sense because you're just pieces.
That's not our fault.
No, but we would like to help you be not just pieces.
How's
think-
that working for you?
For me,
You've been putting yourself back together since it happened, haven't you? You said it yourself.
it's working just fine.
I don't believe you.
That doesn't matter.
I
mean,
would like
when
to
it does
state.
it-
I would like to state for the record that I don't think you would be wrong to destroy me and Thomas, and from what I can tell, your friend over there, looking at Rory, I think that that would make sense. You've been wronged. You can't trust us. How could you? You can't even understand us. You don't have a frame of reference. You will not be alive for long enough to wrap your head around it. And ultimately, if you died, even if Thomas felt very bad about that and was deeply upset and cried about it, I don't think he'll remember in a millennia or two. How does that make you feel?
That's fine. Everybody dies.
Not everyone.
Everybody. I don't know what you are.
Would you like to call your next witness?
I would like a rebut. I would like to recross, if I may, just for a moment.
By all means.
Says the attorney.
Let's readdress that hypothetical. It was just so grouchily and angrily introduced into the record. That's the hypothetical of you killing me, Edith.
We had this conversation, dude. I literally told you.
Yeah, you literally did. You would if you had to, right?
Yes.
Elaborate on had to.
If you were going to hurt Rose, if you were going to destroy the world.
Destroy the world, that's a big one. Let's elaborate on hurt. Hurt doesn't just mean cheated on. Hurt doesn't just mean shouted at. Let's talk about hurt. Is hurt causing her pain, physical pain?
That would be one of them.
Is hurt kidnapping her and psychologically torturing her for years, like what happened to your sister? Would that be worthy of killing me?
Probably.
So you would kill me to protect her?
This is a hypothetical. It doesn't matter. I haven't done it.
Go with me.
Okay.
Edith.
Yes, I would.
Would you trust me to do the same back if something happened to you?
Yes.
Why?
Because I think you love Rose.
Do you think I'm capable of that?
Yes.
Do you think I'd put myself on the line for her if I had to?
Yes.
Do you think I would put myself on the line for you if it came down to it?
I know both of those things to be true because you have done them.
And if I needed you, if I hadn't lost your trust, if I hadn't attacked your friends, if I hadn't caused them pain, if I was not a threat to the very world and the very reality in which you inhabit, would you put yourself on the line for me?
Yes.
I know. No further questions. You can stand down.
I'd like to bring someone up now.
It's your turn.
Come on up, Rose, sweetheart.
Okay. Hi.
She looks at you. Darling, I can tell you're scared. You don't have to be. Not really. At least not any more than normal. I'm not planning on harming you.
No, you're planning on hurting Thomas.
Not necessarily. I think he's doing quite well for himself, don't you?
He always does incredible.
Not just now, but in general, right? I can feel it. He's really gotten himself worked up for all of you. He's connected here. There are a lot of complicated feelings, though not so complicated where they concern you. There's a clarity there. That's wonderful. That's a beautiful feeling. But things aren't so simple, are they? Not really. Not over the long term. You've seen me. You know how I think. You know how I feel. You know that I want to harm someone who did something nightmarish and appalling to me because that feels right. For no other reason than that it would be a release. Both parts of us want it. That's what he'd be taking in.
I get that you're very hurt and very upset. I don't know what you expect from us. I mean, if you're looking for me to say it's okay for you to kill that guy, I'm not going to say yes.
I don't know if that matters. What does matter is that, let's say everything goes down how you want. Let's say that we team up, join forces. How accepting are you going to be of me when I'm part of him? Would that be better when he's fueled by wrath and vengeance and hatred for wrongdoing? Maybe that won't be all of him. It won't even be most of him, but it'll be there.
Everybody's got a little bit of everything in them. I mean, there are parts of me I didn't know existed until a few months ago.
Tell me about one.
I don't know. I mean, we have done a lot of things and killed a lot of people that I would not have ever done that before dying on that island. But things change. I mean, I think everybody's got a little bit of anger in them.
Did you feel relief when some of those things or people died?
I mean, knowing people were safe helps. You know, the first guy, it was awful and appalling, and I didn't want to be a part of it at all. I won't say there weren't times where it felt like it needed to happen.
And it gets easier, doesn't it?
The trauma? Yeah, I'm sure. I think all trauma probably gets a little bit easier the more you are experienced with it. It doesn't make it any more right. I don't like killing people, if that's what you're trying to ask.
No, I don't think you like it. You're too kind. You're too good. You are a sweet person. I can recognize that. I can feel it through him. The care is real. You are tender-hearted and compassionate and good. And you kill people because it's right. Okay, that's fine. I can understand that feeling. My point being that this is the sort of world where someone like you, someone as good and sweet and kind and beautiful and flowery as you are, has to resort to things like that just so that there can be some hope of things being okay. Why do you deserve that? Why is that your existence? Should it be? Could it not be better if there was a bit of a cleansing flame?
No.
Why not?
No way.
It's just a bigger scale of what you're doing, isn't it?
No. What you're talking about is not okay. Listen, I'm managing to do what we're doing because it's in the hopes that somebody who is similar to me never has to do it. And if Thomas wasn't here and if he had been involved, maybe I would have taken Mike up on his offer to fix this and make it not my problem. But that's not what happened. The people I care about are involved, and so I am too. But maybe the next Rose doesn't have to be.
Terribly.
Maybe Edith gets to go to college next time. And that's all that happens after a traumatic fairy experience. The next Edith just gets to live a normal life.
Do you think we're closer to that happening than when you started?
Probably not. I mean,
I'll let it rest there.
Hi, Rose. You there?
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
yeah.
So, when you woke up on that island, were you scared?
Terrified.
What were you scared of?
Dying. finding out that Edith was dead or I was dead or everyone was going to die or something way worse than that. I mean, I watch a lot of true crime. So there were a lot of things that could have happened.
Yeah.
She really does.
I can confirm for the record as a second corroboration that she watches a lot of true crime.
I just like to know what could go wrong.
Did you quit? Did you hide?
It wasn't a choice, no.
No, you had a choice. You could have tried to hide. You could have tried to run. Did you?
No, I guess not.
And when you found me in the throes of whatever they were doing to me there, what did you do?
Helped you.
Was I the exact same when you found me then as I am now?
No, I don't think any of us are.
Would you say I changed?
Yeah,
Was this the first time I've ever met or come across something like me?
I mean, something like you besides the other pieces of you.
Well, that's what we all are. Is this the first time you can remember this happening to me?
No.
Did I turn into a murderous psychopath the last time?
No, you fought him off.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think no matter how much of them I take in, I never change? Not that way.
No. I think at your core, you're you. And they're just other pieces. And some of them are better than others. I mean, Batman Thomas is a lot of fun. Whereas Murder Thomas, tried to murder us all. But you still managed to kind of stay in the lead.
Do you see me making bad choices with my power, with my responsibility?
No. You only use them to do the right thing.
And if I told you that I made those choices because I know that they're the right thing, and because I live around people like you every day who show me the right way to be, and whose esteem, whose confidence, and whose love I want to earn are around me, would you be surprised to hear that?
No, not at all.
Would you be surprised to hear that I would do anything to protect you and the people you care about?
No, I trust you too.
Would it surprise you to hear that I feel wrath? Would it surprise you to hear that I feel anger and hate and vengeance? Would it surprise you to hear that my dreams take me back to that island more often than they don't? That I think about that wizard and his friends cutting on me, breaking my spirit, doing things to me? Would it surprise you to hear that I think about who I might have used to be all the time and feel pain and rage and hate at what was done to me?
It's normal. Thomas, it's
Would
a
it
completely
surprise-
normal reaction to what you're going through.
So why do you think I haven't acted on it? Why do you think I continue to work with you and do the right thing?
I like to think that we're helping to guide you just as much as you're guiding us through this.
Would you say that we can be better together?
Definitely.
Would you say that we make each other better?
Absolutely.
Would you give back the time we've had, even with the pain we've been through?
Not for a second, Thomas.
I wouldn't either. Do you think we can do this? Save the world?
Actually, yeah, I do.
Have we failed yet?
I mean, only once or twice, but we've come back twice. So we've got this the third time. Third time's a charm.
Grand failure. You know what I mean?
No.
I've seen no apocalypses.
No, we've beaten those.
We've wrecked some vans, that I will admit, and ruined the night of a lot of very nice people at an Italian restaurant. But I mean, like Ragnarok. I mean, like, wow.
No, we have not failed to Ragnarok.
Do you see any potential that that's going to happen?
I think there's a lot of potential for it to happen, but honestly, I think we can do this. We've made it this far.
I think we can too. But could we benefit from some help and some more power?
Always.
Always. I rest.
You can go back to the scene, dear.
We can keep going through them. It's going to go the same way.
Give me one more.
Mike. It's nice to see you, buddy.
Nice seeing you. Not really under these circumstances.
Yeah, no, it'll be great when we can hang out like normal people, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, normal people who can bench press cars. So if I were to cut you right now, would you bleed?
Yes.
If I were to club you over the head with something very heavy, would you suffer the kind of damage that would unbalance you, concuss you?
Most likely.
Yeah. What would happen if I shot you in the center mass or in the head?
I would die unless it was a very small caliber.
Would you say that it's fair to state that humans, your kind, are kind of fragile?
In the grand scheme of things, yes.
Yeah. Would you think it would be incredibly unfair of me if I were to say, in comparison to us, you had more in common with a big old balloon full of hamburger than you did a solid structure?
Yeah, as relatively, that's correct.
How often do you think about that fragility?
With myself, not very often. When it comes to Rose and Edith, I think about it a lot more.
Why?
Well, I've been through a lot. I've trained for this basically my entire adult life, and they haven't. I know what comes with this. I've accepted that.
Would it be fair to say that your experience with creatures more durable and dangerous than you are is quite expansive?
Yes.
And would it also be fair to say that when it has come down to them or you have always been the answer to that question?
So far.
With the fate of the people you care about and the fate of the world on the line, is there any fight that you wouldn't pick?
Not if I thought it would help save the world or save my friends.
Would you show up to any battlefield?
Absolutely.
Would you suffer any pain?
Absolutely.
Would you take on any monster, no matter how terrifying or unknowable?
I have before.
Would you trust yourself to find a way to win?
Or die trying.
Elaborate on that. You're not afraid to die trying.
No.
Why not?
I've confessed my sins. I go to confession regularly. I know where I'm going when I die. If I can help save someone else, then it's more than worth it. I've lived a full life.
You've lived a full life. And you want to give other people that opportunity.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to go a little esoteric here, but I think you'll know where I'm getting at. Would you agree, just given by the nature that there are sins to confess, this is a fallen world?
Oh, absolutely.
That men and women and monsters alike are broken?
Yes.
That they're capable of horrible things?
don't see how anyone can think otherwise.
Do you also believe that they're capable of repenting of what they do wrong?
Yes,
They're
absolutely.
capable of redeeming themselves for their mistakes?
Depends on what.
In the grand scheme of things, I understand there's religious doctrine.
Yes,
But
I'm saying we can never live up to what we should, but in human to human or human to person interactions, we can make amends for our wrongs and live
Is it worth
make the world more just.
is it worth trying? If
Absolutely.
you can't live up to it, is it worth trying?
Absolutely. We must all strive to become better.
Is this world worth saving?
It's worth trying to make it better. It's what we do every day when we wake up.
Would you rather have someone like me on your side in that effort or not?
Absolutely. I know what we face better than maybe anyone here.
Is it just my power?
No. It's your
What is
heart.
it?
It's your selflessness, your devotion to others.
Would you go to battle with me?
I have already. Again, most likely.
Would you hesitate to do it again?
No.
If I was hurt, would you help me?
Absolutely.
If I needed you to save me, would you save me?
Absolutely.
If I needed you to carry me out of fire, would you go do it?
Of course.
Would you trust me without hesitation to do the same for you?
Yes.
Do you think we can do this?
I believe we can.
Your witness.
She steps forward. Michael, I think the thing that I respect most about you, getting the sense that I can here, is your sense of moral certainty. It's not something I require. Not really. Not with what I am. He already has that inside of him. But I do respect it. It grants you a clarity when pulling the trigger, doesn't it?
Yes.
That can ease a heart that has to do terrible things. And I think that is beautiful. I'm glad for whatever suffering you don't have to go through. Does everyone deserve to have less suffering? Or are there some people who deserve more?
There are some people who deserve more and they will get it eventually.
That's right. You said you were religious. That makes sense. What about... what's his name? Jason Grayson? He's going to get what he deserves.
Oh, eventually, yes.
And what if he changed tomorrow? Would he still deserve to suffer?
He would deserve to suffer, but it wouldn't be up to me. If he repented and truly repented and tried to undo what he has done, made efforts to do that, then he would have to face the legal consequences, not through the standard justice system.
Would you be the legal consequences?
I might be. It wouldn't be up to me to decide by myself.
But you and other people like you, it would fall to that.
Yes. If you wanted input in that, you would certainly have a place at the table.
I get it. And who are you to make that call? Really?
Do you mean, well, I wouldn't be making the call. I'm more of the...
You don't have a direct line to your God, do you?
No.
No. So you have to make judgment calls.
Well, again, if this were a case of him trying to repent and do what's right, I wouldn't be the one. I would not be a part of the jury or the judge.
Not you specifically.
You mean humans?
Yes.
Yes. And you. I can't imagine there wouldn't be a scenario where you would not be involved in that.
That's if we make it through. I'm beginning to doubt that. She looks over at Thomas.
I don't have much worry that Jason would ever repent and try to fix what he's doing. He believes what he's doing is the best for himself and for everyone else.
Which is exactly what you feel.
I'd say so.
You are more certain that what you are doing is correct than anyone else here. That much I know for certain.
That's probably true.
What makes you less fallible than Jason?
I have an authority I answer to.
And what makes that authority less fallible than Jason? Again, you don't have a direct line to your God.
It's not a single person, though. We have a group to make sure that we don't go off the rails.
So large numbers of people are more reliable to produce good outcomes.
Yeah, if you're not... there's countless examples of this. If you want to know how many jelly beans are in a jar, if you take the average number of people guessing a carnival, the average is pretty close to accurate, pretty close to exactly on. If you look at any sort of large group statistics, people, when they're together in groups, do a very good job of making the right decision.
Yes, people are very good at numbers, aren't they? And in large numbers, they can sometimes do lovely things. And sometimes shards of glass seem to fall from the sky, falling around on all sides of you, but not actually making contact. Through that stream, you can make out a series of images of some of the worst atrocities in the history of mankind, from the Holocaust and Holodomor to various ancient battles, the impaling of prisoners and various tortures, witch burnings, the not real kind, and any other sort of madness that humankind has done where large groups of people have come together to make despotic, nightmarish, and sadistic decisions.
And if you'll notice, most of those were, like all those were by governments that rejected God. Holodomor and the Holocaust were by governments, communism and Nazism specifically rejected religion, rejected God.
Manipulation on one. There was still the use of occult imagery, still much talk of God.
No, of gods, but not the one true living God.
Yes, of course, because you're right, because you have it figured out, because you understand, not like them, not like all the wrong ones. You're the right ones.
Yes.
I'm done with this one.
So am I. You got one more. That means I get one more, right?
If you'd like.
And as I recall, we agreed that there was no limit on the type of evidence I could put forward or the type I could request, correct?
Right.
I call you.
Though Mike was yours.
Oh, fair enough.
That one was out of character. Just figured I'd give you a chance to pull that back. She looks at you and says, I call my husband Bradley Hanford to the stand. And that is where we will go to break.
Ooh. All right. good luck.
There we go. Hi, I'm going to remove people. We're going to let Dan have a break. And so DM as well. Hello, Al. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am good. Very
Awesome.
stressed out. This is stressful.
Yeah. I feel like I answered questions wrong and then I freaked out.
You're like, oh no, I did the, but I did it in character, so does it matter? I don't know.
It's fine. We're fine. I'm not actually on trial. So,
Yeah. Tell me about what you're doing.
oh, so many things. First up, we have this like lovely shop that you and I run, and we want to tell the people about it. So if you guys want to check out our shop, it's uncannycreations.art, or you can go to the link in our bio on Twitch. If you go to the little loot section and click it, it should take you straight to our shop. We have stickers, mugs, hoodies. Stuff's going to be changing all the time. We've got new designs coming soon, which is super exciting. The other cool thing we have is we have a fantastic giveaway sponsor this season called Escape Velocity Comics. They are a super cute little shop downtown Colorado Springs, so if you're in the area, always feel free to swing by. They're getting ready for a huge winter sale, so be sure to check out their Facebook and kind of keep an eye on that, because the last one was crazy. They were just like giving stuff away to get it out. So be sure to keep an eye on that. The last thing Elle is involved with is I have a shop called Fateful Designs, or Fatefully Elle, depending on which platform you're on. I make stickers, I do art, that kind of cool stuff. And I have a ton of new stuff like as recent as this week. So feel free to go check it out. I meant to like grab stickers to show off on camera, and then I didn't. So maybe after the break, I'll remember that. But we'll put up a fun little link in the bio so you can check it out, or you can go to my name in our little section and click on it, and it should take you straight there. Chloe, what have you been working on?
Not much, mostly this stream. But I do have a little movie book club that we run on this very stream. It happens some Thursday a month. The lovely Erin Noble, who I do it with, is a working actress, and she is constantly in shows. So we try to do it the last Thursday of the month. Sometimes it's the first Thursday of the next month, whatever. But
it's a Thursday in a month.
It's a Thursday in a month. It's gonna pop up in your channel, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, they're streaming! Yay!" And it's not Tuesday. So this is going to be our last one of the year, and we are doing an interview with a vampire. We are doing the new show. We are doing the original book by Anne Rice, and we are also doing the original movie from the 90s. And the show was called Read, Watch, Vent, because we read books and then watch the movies and the TV shows they've been made into, and then talk about whether we like them or not. So it's fun. You should join us if you like to read. Or even if you don't. If you just like to hear like actor people talk about movies, that's what we're doing. So
right, it checks out. It's super fun, guys. You should definitely check it
out. I think next we have Bill.
Hello.
Hello.
Mic on? Okay.
I think we can hear you. Yes. You have a couple of projects in the pipeline.
Yes. I'm trying to.
Right in time for everybody's Christmas shopping.
Yes, actually.
That we are in. I don't care if there's Halloween pumpkins. It's Christmas shopping season now.
That's fair. As long as you're not decorating your house yet or listening to Christmas music.
So what are you working on, Bill?
So I have a business that does D&D supplements, so that's my first love. Actually, pretty sad.
I told a friend this, and he was like, "Wait, how does that work?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He does like D&D supplements, and the guy was like, "I don't know." And then it took him a second. He's like, "So does he sell pills? What's happening?" And I was like, "No."
No, so third-party publishing. That I guess it's a DM thing mostly. There are not many players, but the one I have out right now is useful for players too. It's more for martially oriented characters. If you're in D&D, you know what that is. I'm getting my next one for arcane casters, and Elle has been working on a project with me with that for the Deck of Many Things with some additional cards for it. And we've finally finished them, and I'm getting them ready for having an actual physical deck you can buy, which would be done now, except I started working on it using the wrong set of cards because they're different sizes, and she was very good and had a set up just for tarot size cards, and I used the wrong set, so I had to go back and redo everything. But not Elle's fault, because I'm not good with the whole technology thing. Electronics, I'm still trying to get used to. So,
well, if you want to find OTP games, you can go to, I think, otpgames.com.
Yep.
Or you can also, if you are watching us on Twitch, you can click on Bill's bio and it'll take you right there.
Well, it takes you to the RPG drive-through RPG page. Yeah, we're gonna get that. We'll get both on there here before too long. So, because there'll be a couple of new products here, and just I'm hoping in a couple of weeks we'll see.
Woohoo! All right. Also, Lord of the Rings fan. I mean, that's fine. If you have 35 Christmas trees to go up, then you should start now. That's a lot of Christmas trees to put up.
35.
You're gonna need some time. I could see that. Last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Dan.
That is my legal name, Mr. Dan.
Mr. Dan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my first name is actually Mr. It was a very cruel joke by my parents.
But they just did it MR. So constantly, It's like on like official stuff, it's like Mr. Dan.
Yes, Mr. Dan. And I am in a Mr. podcast, which you can listen to sometime if you'd wish. Don't let me pressure you, internet. You know, we respect your boundaries here.
This is pressure. Nope, we don't respect boundaries.
Hold on. Oh my. All right. Well, it is your now moral imperative to listen to my podcast. It is called Ombligo del Diablo. You can find it if you click on my name, if you're on Twitch. Otherwise, look up Ombligo del Diablo. They get mad when I try to spell it. But it is a Mage the Ascension 5th edition actual play podcast set in the tiny town of Ombligo del Diablo, where bad things happen sometimes. And this is not a big flex, but I'm pretty sure we're the biggest Mage the Ascension actual play podcast in the world. As far as we can tell. That's, still listeners in the hundreds per episode, but that's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
And people seem to really like it. It is a mature listeners podcast. We get into some pretty heavy stuff. There is lots of talk about mental health and occasionally some pretty nasty, gory things, but overall, quite the experience, if I do say so myself. I believe that the most climactic episode that I recall ever recording for it that had included some wild stuff just went up recently. So it's a great time to hop on and get caught up. That's Ombligo del Diablo, or unless I was lied to, the Devil's Belly Button, if you speak Spanish.
If you speak Spanish and he was lied to, please don't tell us, because that's a lot of rebranding for him. I got a belly button tattoo on top of my belly button. I wouldn't know what to do with it. Well, I'm going to pop everybody up, and you guys can chat amongst yourselves or do something without Edith, because I need to go grab some water.
Okay. Go take a minute.
Have fun. I'll be right back.
How's everybody doing? I hope I'm not coming after you too hard.
No regrets.
We're fine.
I kind of question your judgment going to trial against an actual attorney.
No, this was the exact sort of scenario. I was hoping that there would be negotiation. There were a few other ideas I had for if it went a different way, like if you guys had continued to flee, or if you immediately tried to fight her. But the talking, no, I loved it. I wanted DM to show off his chops.
I think you're doing a great job, dude. It's compelling.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I hope anyone out there, either currently or in the future, also is enjoying this.
I know they are.
That's right. We can
see
you. We're looking through this screen at you right now.
You handsome future person.
Our friends is decorating Christmas trees to us, so at least know we're semi-enjoyable.
Yeah.
Because Christmas music would be playing otherwise.
Oh, indeed.
Can we get a holiday special of this game?
A holiday
Is that a thing right
special.
now?
Yeah.
I have one planned.
Yeah, he's going to do a
Oh,
holiday
man.
special. It's going to be our season epilogue. It's coming after the finale.
Oh my god! I want to throw out guesses about the seasonal villain, but I don't want to ruin it if it's actually what you have planned.
I think you guys will enjoy what I have planned. I also am confident it's going to be one of those things where you're going to have guesses and they're going to be right, but I don't think anyone can spell out what exactly I'm going for. That's the hope.
My guess got a PG-13 horror movie a few years back, starring one of the cast of Parks and Recreation. That is my guess.
Is it a Norwegian legend or
Yes.
something like that? Okay, I think I know what you're talking.
That'd be my hope.
Okay,
I
I
don't-
mean, you joke, but Lord of the Rings fan and I actually classed out all of the characters in Parks and Rec and in The Office for this exact purpose. So whoever it is, let me know. I have stats.
What's Ben's class?
Oh my god, give me 1 second.
Okay,
He's a wizard, obviously.
clearly.
Cones.
He's the Lord of the Cones.
You guys don't understand how fast she answered when I hit the mute button.
You talking Ben Schwartz?
Mm-hmm.
Run over by Lexus. Technically, I'm homeless.
No, not that one. Ben like the
You know what I be.
Ben
he's
is in
great.
Leslie's voice.
yeah.
But Ben Schwartz, who plays John Ralphio, yes. And Sonic.
Would
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. They're a pair of rogues. One's an arcane trickster, but you'll never guess.
would Ron be a lawful neutral paladin? No, he wouldn't be lawful. I mean, I don't know. He's kind of lawful, but in a
He
different
has
way.
a paladin, but without any sort of.
He's lawful for his own laws.
I know.
It's
He has a
basically-
code. He has a code.
Which Ron? Are we talking Harry
Swanson.
Potter or are we talking Swanson?
Swanson.
Okay.
Swanson. Yeah.
I was like, this is either Parks and Rec or Harry Potter. I don't know which one.
There's only two popular Rons.
Sorry,
So
Dad. if
Ron
you're watching
Weasley
this.
as a lawful, whatever you said, would be an interesting argument to make.
I'd say
It
he's
would be-
probably true neutral or neutral good.
That's true because he couldn't be lawful because
It couldn't be lawful, but I don't think he's quite chaotic either. No, he's just a boy. You know,
Should be just
a
straight up old
he's just
episode
a
where we
boy.
have people live
Straight up neutral.
I feel like that's where most of us are, right? I think I'm nice most of the time, but heck, I don't know. If there were evil wizards around going, hey, you can live forever, it's just like, I don't know, I'd think about it.
Everybody always says that, and I'm like, have you ever read a story about being immortal?
But those were stories. I don't know how it'd go down in real life. They could be fine.
Once you hit 50, immortality doesn't sound like a real good deal.
This has always been my hope, right? I hope that they give me enough robot parts one day that I can just live up till the point that I'm bored.
Post-humanity, the post-human moment.
You all need to watch Upload.
I do.
Forever.
I do.
On
There are a
my
bunch of
list.
shows I need to watch that I'm behind on. I've held off on both Rings of Power and Hot D till the Discourse TM is over and everything is out so I can consume them at once in one go, understand their themes, and not get caught up on singular moments, and then form an opinion.
My man's a binger.
I am a binger. Don't
It
get
is
me
just
wrong. I
harder
like
to
water
watch it.
cooler talk as much as the next guy, but when there's too much of the discourse, I'm just not prepared to engage.
I'm just not prepared. Okay, well, speaking of discourse, we need to
Speaking of
engage with the storyline again.
Some
because
legal discourse.
getting tense,
Mhm.
and I think we have just Thomas and our, I don't know, avenging angel Thomas hanging out eyeball to eyeball.
Mhm. All right. Okay. As she calls Brad up, he just kind of appears there in the box and looks up into the slightly dead eyes of his wife.
Just be honest, buddy. Just be honest.
Hello, Brad. Hi. I know that you're probably very upset right now. Is it because I'm dead and it's your fault? He just goes still. That's okay. You don't have to answer that. In fact, I don't know how many answers you could actually provide. That's the difficult part of all of this, isn't it? Because everyone we talked here today has an answer that works for them. Some of them are even certain that it is the correct answer for everyone. But I don't know how you feel. If I were you, I'd be very upset. Very upset. Not just with everything else that's going on here or the fact that you might die really soon, but also guilt on an incredible level. In fact, right now, I imagine that you've heard some of these things that people are saying, and you might feel that you're ready to change. You're ready to be a better person. Like I talked about, going over the whole Jason scenario, that could be you. You did some terrible things, right? Awful things. He's just sitting in the chair, shaking a little bit, and a couple of tears leak down his face. Yeah. But you could do better, right? You could volunteer around your community. You could try and make it a better place. You could never touch drugs again. You could dedicate your entire existence to making everything better for everyone. Maybe you ran off with these folks. I don't think they'd have you. But let's say they did. You could hunt monsters like me. That'd be fun. Or maybe you're just a hero in general from now on. And I'd still be dead. You'd have still done that. How does that make you feel, Brad? Do you think that if you did everything you could for the rest of your life, that it would equal out what you've already done? Even if you saved 1,000 people from this point forward, in some sort of like raw math sense, you'd have put more good into the world than harm. But would that feel right? Be honest. Does that make up for the hole in you? No. I just wanted to do something with our life that would... I wanted it to be better for both of us. Oh, don't give me that, Brad. You liked me. You did. You cared about me. You even wanted me to be happy. But the big shot shit, the Kingpin, the Scarface stuff, that wasn't for me. Was it? He just breaks down a little bit. No. Do you think if I were to kill you, that I would be wrong or out of place? Do you think that if I killed other people who did like you did, that I would be wrong? I don't know. I don't know. And do you think that given another shot at all of this, you'd really be able to do any better? knowing everything you know about yourself now. He just sits there in silence, kind of looking down at his hands. Go ahead and roll me a weird real quick, Thomas. What we got? You're currently on mute.
10.
10. Okay. You are able to get a hazy but certain sense that, like, as he's like shrinking and being crushed a little bit, the amount of this being that is Sophia is shrinking, burning away a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And she turns to you and says, "Your witness."
Okay. Bradley. Did your wife deserve to die?
She didn't do anything wrong.
Did she deserve to die? Answer the question, yes or no.
No, she didn't.
Was it wrong?
Yeah.
Was it a mistake?
Yes.
Do you regret it?
Yes.
What would you do if she could come back?
I'd give up whatever I had to, whatever she said. He's looking around like he's unsure if that's an actual possibility or not.
Bradley, there's not much left of her here. And who knows if what is left would be enough to reconstitute her as a person. But I'm going to lead you down a hypothetical for me, and I need you to answer honestly. Okay?
He's struggling to pull himself together. Yeah.
The thing occupying your wife, the shard of me, it's also consuming her. Getting it out and getting it out now is maybe the only thing we can do to bring her back, or to bring any piece of her back that survives. But the thing she wants more than anything is your life. So the question I have for you is, if she didn't deserve to die, if it's a mistake that you regret that highly, and you have the opportunity to set it right, what would you be willing to give?
I'd die for it. And out from the chair, it's more just the being now, like the shadow of it again, saying, "Liar."
What if it wasn't just a claim, Bradley? What if this thing gave up its arms, gave its power to me? I could give your life to her. Would you do it right now?
So crazy. Yeah. I'd do whatever. Of course, what happened was wrong. I was wrong. I got mixed up in some bad stuff because of my ego, and I never wanted her to get hurt. I just wanted to be something. And it was wrong. I had what I needed.
Because you love her.
Yeah.
And because while you're not perfect, you would do this for her.
Of course I would. And then there's just like a scratching sound on the box up there as its nails from the glass sharded arm just rip into this phantom box.
So,
It seems to me like we've got a bit of a case of do or die. There's enough power in this room, if it works together, to possibly pull back whatever spark of Sophia is still here, if we borrow a little life force. But if you continue with your angry crusade for vengeance, you'll burn up everything that's left of her. You'll deny him redemption, true, but she'll be gone. She'll stay dead. It's you that's making his mistake permanent.
I wasn't the one who harmed her.
Neither was he.
Everyone can get off, right? Because someone's mistake led to another mistake that led to another mistake that killed her. Yeah, sure. The cop made a mistake. He saw wrong. He was the one who drew the weapon. Whatever.
Yeah.
Fine. Everyone has an excuse. Everybody wasn't 100% solely the reason for suffering. But somewhere we have to draw a line.
Who do you see avoiding accountability here for their choices? Who do you see making excuses? Who do you see running? Who do you see afraid? Because the only person I see afraid of change, of sacrifice, of making the pain stop is you.
I'm not trying to hurt anyone.
You're trying to kill someone.
I mean, yes, no, I'm not.
It's hard, isn't it? It's hard having a whole nother person in there, speaking to you, giving you feelings, making things confusing. So I'm invoking my one request, the stricture that you agreed to. You said that I could present any evidence I want and that you couldn't stop me. You remember?
Go on.
Let her in. I'm not talking bring her forward. I'm not talking to her. I'm saying let her in. Let her into you. Feel what she's feeling. Hear what she's thinking. Experience exactly what she experiences hearing her husband say that. And then tell me there's nothing to this humanity thing. And tell me there's nothing good that our power can do together. Go on.
She turns towards him, and there is what looks like just pain reeking across its malformed pieces of a face. Pain that seems to come to a bit of a crescendo, and little other pieces start to fracture and fall off, almost like tears dripping off of it.
It's okay.
What's the point? It's just going to be like this again. For someone, somewhere, if not here, even if it works. This hate is going to keep burning for people.
Yeah, because they're capable of it. You've proven that. But listen to what I've proven. They're capable of love and acts of selflessness, feats of strength, heart like you wouldn't believe. They're capable of changing things and making things better. They're capable of believing in things bigger than themselves, and they're capable of believing in each other. Nobody can evolve or steal enough power to grow beyond causing pain.
to go beyond causing damage. Do you know what we come from? Do you have that memory? Do you have that perspective? We're pieces of a colossus who sits astride multiple realities, does damage everywhere he steps, plays with life or death. There's another shard of us out there that's been converted into a disease, and all he does is infect and infect and infect. I'm sick. He consumes people, consumes their minds. We are just as capable of causing damage wherever we go. In fact, wrath, justice, we're just conceptualizations of the capacity of the sentient mind to affect each other, to experience each other. You're the concept of that pain, and I'm the concept of making it right. What I'm asking of you is, let's be a team again and let's make it right. We have the wrath, we have the pain, we have the wrong. Now let's have the justice. And justice isn't just vengeance. Justice is making it better after you leave. Justice is making people whole. Justice is giving people chances. I didn't attack you. I didn't try to take you. Not like what's at our heels will. And I'm not going to. I'm not going to pick that fight here. And if you come at me, I don't know that I'll fight back. That's not what this is about. This is about trying to be better and trying to make things better. Because even if I don't get to be here, I want a better world for Rose to live in. I want Mike to be able to put his gun down someday. I want Edith to find peace. And I want Rory to find purpose.
You really think it gets better?
If I tell you the honest answer to that question, will you hear me?
I haven't destroyed you yet.
If I leave here now, as I am, if I get sick again, no, I think it all comes to an end. I think they fight as hard as they can because that's what they do. And I think they try to stop it. And I think they do right by themselves and their people. And I think I do right by us. But we fall, we break, and then the world follows. But if we can keep this ball spinning, and if we can make sure it's people like that making decisions, and if we can make sure it's people like that working for their fellow man, protecting them, teaching them, making everyone they meet a little bit more like me, because I'm who I am because of Rose and Mike and Edith and Rory. I was a dead man, and now I'm a man. And they'll do that to everyone they meet. Bradley will do whatever it takes to bring his dead wife back, even if it means his own. How many injustices can be cured? How many wrongs can be righted if people just get the chance and people just experience the faith? We can't let these people die. We can't let this rock die. It's our responsibility as eternity, and I can't do it without you. And if it comes right down to it, you can take me. If you don't trust me enough to be in the driver's seat, as long as you promise me that you'll help my friends save their world, that's all that matters to me.
No, he's right about what this group does for people. I don't think it's just our group. I think having a group to lean on is important. And not that I want you to take over Thomas by any means, but we'll be here to help you too. We'll do it for Batman Tom, we'll do it for regular Tom, and we'll do it for you.
I won't subsume you if you join me. That's not how it works. I'm not the carrier, and I'm not who we broke off of. There are no puzzle pieces to fit back together to join a whole, and I'm not looking to devour you. I am who I am, an amalgamation of two different shards and the corpse brain of a drug dealer from a street corner. You're welcome to join us. We'll be something new. We'll be something better.
I have a condition.
Name it.
When it's time, the one who did this to us, that one's mine.
Can I elaborate and expand upon your condition?
Go on.
If ever there is a time where we need wrath to make justice, how about that's yours? Including him and including them.
Rory in the back's like, oh, I'm just gonna. And then just shuts up.
Edith will like pat him on the shoulder and be like, sorry, buddy.
Let's make something new, Wrath. Let's make something better. Something more functional that makes things better where it treads and doesn't just exist to break things further. We don't need to become part of the Shattered King, and we don't need to become hosts of a disease. We don't need to be a shattered anything. We can be whole.
Then there is going to be a smile and a look over at Brad. Did you really mean what you said? About how much you're willing to sacrifice? I have one way to make this work. He ponders for a moment. Yeah, I meant it. Looks over at you, Thomas. I think that this might satisfy a need for wrath and justice.
It does.
And she will reach out and caress his cheek and give him a kiss. And he will tumble to the ground. And then she will walk up to you. I don't suppose you know how to do this.
I have an idea, but man alive, it's gonna suck.
What are you waiting for?
Should I have any first aid supplies standing by? Because I'm not sure how this is going to work with.
Probably.
Can you take us back to the van?
Yeah,
We never left.
Yeah.
All right, grab a bag, get ready. Whatever's about to pop up here.
Yeah, you just now looking over, you see the van.
Grab it. All right.
You see those.
Have Curlix.
You see those shards. You feel that power, that presence. For you, it looks like it manifests as wings.
Yes.
And he holds up his hand, and it cracks and crackles, and he just offers it. Join.
At this point, there is nothing but the shattered pieces of a face and a form. But whatever there is of a hand wraps around yours, making the sound of glass on glass.
And then a cacophony of shattering, crackling sound, a blinding flash of light, and a hot, powerful burst of wind. And then it would just be Thomas alone.
And back in a field.
You did the right thing.
Tell me you're doing all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't say good, but I feel strong.
And a little bit more pissed off.
Oh, let's get this son of a bitch.
And from over a few feet away from you, there's a slight stirring from Brad slowly getting back up onto his knees.
Is Sophia anywhere around?
Well, I'll be damned.
What?
No, I'm asking the keeper. Is Sophia anywhere to be seen?
You don't see Sophia now.
Are you Bradley or are you Sophia?
Fascinating.
What?
Yeah. No,
Oh
that
my
would have been the only way that would have worked.
Yes, I remember a little bit. On both sides, there was...
He gave you your life back, Sophia, by trading it for his.
Not entirely. He's still here too. But a lot of it's gone. Whatever of me is here and just some of it. Whatever was left of me. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. I don't know who I am.
Mike?
Don't tell any psychiatrists about this. They'll think you're crazy. I'll get you some contact information. People who are in the know about this stuff can talk you through this and help you deal with it. It's going to take some time. And
I don't even know what my name is anymore.
Can I make a suggestion?
This is beyond my pay grade. I don't know. But I'll put you in contact with people who can help you.
Can I make a suggestion?
Mofia.
No.
That's
That's not even a name.
That wasn't the suggestion that I was going to make, nor was I going to talk about a name. I was going to make a suggestion for what you do next.
Okay.
The Bradley part of you was a real piece of shit in life, but he did what he had to do in order to provide for you the way he knew how. It was toxic. It had terrible consequences, but he paid the price to give you another chance. So if I'm you, I take advantage of his memories. I accumulate the resources that he sacrificed your life for, and I go off and I be whoever the bleep I want to be.
Would it be terribly arrogant of me, having at least partially been a god, to say that once I get through this, maybe I'd like to be like you?
No, it's not arrogant at all. In fact, I think it's pretty good taste. I'm sorry this happened to you, but I'm glad you're back.
Also, be aware our lives suck.
Ditto.
Hey,
She kind of has
so,
us there.
Good
Hey.
moments.
anyone, and
Moments.
he takes a pen out of his pocket. Give me your hand. So, I am writing a phone number here. What I want you to do first is I want you to take the money your husband hid, and I want you to live high on the hog and heal. Be the best you can be. Enjoy yourself. When it comes time and you want to be like us,
or you just want to talk, you call that number. It'll put you in touch with me. My name is Thomas. And I'm just like you.
We're both a little bit broken, aren't we?
Yeah, but that's what other people are for. They're to fill in the pieces.
Literally, in some cases.
Very literally, in some cases. And that's what's next for you. Take the money, take the opportunity, go live your life, go meet great people. And when you're ready to fight, call us.
Okay. I'm not gonna make this sentimental or stick around. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
And this person turns the back on you and walks off the way they came.
I turn over to Rose and I'm like, the other option is Sofike, which doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I just feel like there are a lot of names that we could find letters from. Also, and she just kind of wraps her arms around Edith, and she's like, you're the best. Just the best.
Yeah, except if you ever get a kitten with her or something to, spruce up and liven up the place, don't let her name it.
Yeah, well, that would never have happened anyways.
There wouldn't be two people inside the kitten. The kitten would just need one name.
If I'd not had a name, what would you have called me?
I don't think you want to know the answer to that question, Rory.
Rory, you look like a Flynn.
The two names were Brad and Sophie. I'm trying to figure out how you.
Oh, I was thinking.
Were you doing Mike? Were you doing Mike?
Yep, Edith completely forgot what his name was because she's been running for her life for too long. And
If it was Sophia and Mike also, how would if it was Sophia and Mike also, how did you not go to Psych, which would have been awesome?
Okay,
Yeah, I know that you know that we're not telling the truth.
Edith, this is just why you don't get to name the pets. It's okay.
Fair.
You guys are all the best.
You doing all right in there?
So glad that I can breathe again. Holy shit.
Boy,
Also,
I don't know if it'll last forever, but
Did she heal you?
No, I just think I'm stronger than the virus for once.
Oh.
Can
No
you
guarantee it's permanent.
Can
We
you
got a
manifest
fit line
wings
on
by any
every-
chance?
roll weird.
No, 1 sec. I got it.
I feel like manifesting an earthquake would be more useful than manifesting wings. Rory can do the wings.
Not manifest either. 'Cause we're not
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. In fact, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, I think it's more of a
And Tom's roll weird.
mental thing than a physical effort.
11.
Who knows? Maybe at some point.
Who
things
knows,
will
maybe.
happen. However, you are able to invest a bit of your energy into objects around you now, potentially even being able to perform your attacks or other powers you have through them. You can put it through like the earth or other nearby objects to essentially bring them a little bit to make their essence like you, inflicting your will on the surroundings.
Hey, so good news, everybody. I think she might have been a lot stronger than me. Because, oh, yeah. Oh, guys, I want a rematch. We should just go back. We should just go find that ugly son of a bitch.
No. We're fighting.
Oh, I think this is the angry lady talking.
If you, sir, can't just spontaneously manifest an earthquake, we are collecting the rest of you before we talk to Jason.
I think that's fair.
When he turns. All right. And he tries it. Slams his fist against the ground and just unleashes the energy.
And there is a big crackle as the ground, as if it was sand struck by lightning, glassifies a little bit, and in a circle about 2 feet around you, it spreads out like that.
Well, I didn't do that. That was pretty cool.
Well, that's tiny and not enough. So we need to find the rest of it.
Nope, we need more. It's okay. We'll just have to keep going.
First thing we need to do is get the electronics in the van working so we can drive out of here.
Yeah. So on that front, that's more of like a you thing. I'm gonna just like stand out here and be supportive and enjoy just not coughing because it's beautiful. Guys, when did the air ever taste this good?
We might as well start walking to town because I'm assuming none of our cell phones work.
Actually, when you pull it out, now that the active EMP effect has passed over, it's not exactly an EMP. An EMP, I know, would actually just fry it and it would be ruined forever. But you know what I mean.
The magical field.
The magical magnetic pulse. The MMP is no longer affecting
And
it.
then F because it's a field.
Okay.
Pulse.
Pulse. A magical field pulse to be as specific as possible.
But a pulse would just be a boom and be done. This
my
whole thing.
Okay. Oh my god. An MMF.
Okay, so our electronics work now.
They're on
But
again.
really what we need to do is let Rory and Thomas and Rose hold hands so that they can figure out where the next piece of this is. Hopefully in the direction of Maine.
Are we doing it right now?
Is that how you guys figured it out? Man, I was really losing.
Yeah, super cool.
Let's
I'd
get
have
in the
to-
van and start moving before somebody shows up here to investigate what's going on.
Well, it had to be Rose last time because you weren't exactly the most coherent person to get an answer out of. He's talking about this as he is getting himself back into the van.
Yeah.
They'll probably be investigating, but I don't know if they'll question, the epicenter of an earthquake too much.
Yeah, probably
This
not.
might be one of the more clean getaways we've made.
Let's say we haul up, drive off fast, and just mosey on out of here.
Yeah, I was gonna say a man makes a lot of sense. It's not like you can arrest an earthquake.
Nobody-
Brad is still going to be real wanted. I'm sure that they can handle it, but Sophia's got that to deal with, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
Whatever. I mean, she's a god until a few minutes ago. We'll probably get it figured out.
Yeah.
I'm
You know-
gonna put her in contact with the church that can
Yeah,
pull
she's
some strings, make sure
also-
she's okay.
She's extraordinarily capable. Obviously, a very strong woman, and
Just has
I'm
terrible
telling you.
taste in husbands.
yeah. But if she took what was best from him, if that's what survived, the determination, fire, I think that whoever Sophie is now, or whatever new name they adopt, could be really special. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what happens. If they can do it, I can do it, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're a bunch of stuff and you're turning out great.
That's thanks to you guys. I'm really grateful.
You're still really weird and super inconsistent, which is annoying, but
Yeah, well, I've got 4 different personalities, Edith. I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever
Oh,
think we're
really?
all just sort of different personalities going on at the same time?
You know,
We're just kind of recognizing it, not
They're,
recognizing it.
they kind of shuffle is kind of what it feels like nowadays. Is sometimes I'm this and sometimes I'm that, but
Maybe that's because you don't have enough of them yet.
yeah, I actually think that you might be right. And I'll tell you this, the more time that goes by, the more it all kind of blurs together.
Edith hops in the driver's seat and is like, all right, guys, come on. You can talk
All right.
in the car. Also,
Okay.
join hands and figure out where we're going.
Right,
yeah.
with Mojo.
I'll drive.
Okay.
Okay.
Like whatever.
Fine, thank you, Mike. But I get out of the driver's seat and let Mike take it.
All right. Rory is going to be back there. You sure you want to do it together? I mean, I think that Rose can definitely help with it, but
You know, I think that every time that we let her do the magical, freaky stuff, she ends up doing a pretty good job.
fair enough.
I'm learning from the best.
All right, all three of us are going to roll a weird.
Here it is.
I got a 9, so that's inauspicious.
All right, and Rose.
This is weird.
Mhm.
10.
10. Okay. Well, you definitely rolled better than us. So your aspect of it is going to work out the best. Okay. So Rory is going to once again project you both through that space that I had described before, like a vast empty darkness floating through shards of glass. You can touch them. You feel like you're a part of them. It's like a giant mindscape filled with raw edges that somehow are just slightly more harmonious than before. And Rose is able to essentially take lead on this, pulling Thomas along to something else that feels like him. And we will see where that goes.
Yep. That's that for now.
Okay, well, great.
Right.
Then that's a great place to finish it.
Got it? Oh my god. Okay, so tune in next week, I think.
Yeah. As far as I'm aware.
And we will see what random piece of Thomas we find next.
I'm hoping it's pranks. I'm hoping it's pranks,
I was gonna
Thomas.
say, we need to, like, come on, like, does this thing not have, like, a random artist that's just like, let's stare at the sky, guys?
I'm sure. I just had to open up, things with a bang on my end. Somebody else can take artist, Tom.
Love it. Cool. Well, we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful
Getting
night,
good,
everyone.
y'all.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Getting
Thanks
good.
for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Alrighty. Peace.